Hey, welcome back lads. So let's talk some more about Call of Duty Black Ops 6 because we've now had a couple of days to play the game for ourselves and explore all of the new stuff. So everyone wants to know, does it suck or is it any good? Well, this is just my first impressions, but I think that Black Ops 6 is a good game with a solid base and foundation in both multiplayer and zombies because it has that Black Ops DNA that we all know and love, you know what I mean? I mean, like, the gameplay is good, the movement and gunplay is smooth and satisfying, it has all the Black Ops features and it feels like a Black Ops game, so it is that at its core. However, it is not perfect, there is room for improvement and there is some bad stuff, but overall, the positives do outweigh the negatives, apart from one major negative that is really kind of, I feel, holding the game back and kind of, bringing it down. That is, of course, the multiplayer maps, which I feel are not terrible, but they're not great either. The maps are kind of just right, I guess. So yeah, it is almost hard to put into words because I just don't think the maps are that terrible to play. It's just that the map designs and the quality is not what you would expect from a Black Ops game. It's probably the weakest set of maps that any Black Ops game has ever had, maybe other than Cold War. They just don't really feel like Black Ops maps. So if Black Ops 6 had better quality maps like the maps of Black Ops 2 or 3 or even 4, then that would just genuinely make the game amazing, because if the maps were good, I don't know what there would be to complain about. I don't know what negatives the game would have. Multiplayer maps are the most important part of a multiplayer experience. If the maps are no good, then the game will be hurt by that, and I think a good example of what I'm talking about is the map Derelict. It's a small but messy cluster of a map, and it isn't really comparable to any previous Black Ops map, or it's not something that you'd expect to see in a Black Ops game, and Black Ops 6 already has plenty of small maps. Like, half of the maps in this game are small or small-ish. Like, some of the maps that they have officially said are medium are still small-ish, like they're not even a regular size. And yes, COD players do love small chaotic maps like Shipment and Nuketown, but I think there is a point where it can be overdone, and I think Black Ops 6 crosses that line because half of the maps are small. There's not quite enough variety and not even enough regular maps. Like, you could cut half of the maps out, the small maps, and replace them with more regular maps, or even some larger than average maps. The game would still have enough small maps because there's so many. But if we are being honest, COD fans are guilty of hating new things and different things, so maybe over time these maps will grow on us. It's a possibility, maybe we're just unsure about them because they are new and they are definitely different. But anyways, apart from maps, let's move on from that. There is one other thing that I think is kind of missing and would elevate Black Ops 6 to being a much better game than it already is. Like, it could be a top tier game, and that is having some kind of large scale multiplayer mode, like Combined Arms or Ground War or anything like that, because pretty much all Call of Duty games have a larger mode like that, and I think that it would be a real nice contrast compared to the regular multiplayer, which is, pretty much a small map mosh pit. And because the gameplay is so just satisfying and smooth and the movement is good, then I just think it would translate really well to something like Combined Arms, and it's probably coming as DLC, but it's kind of missing from the game right now. So yeah, with that said, Black Ops 6 is one of the most well-rounded Call of Duties in recent times, and it just has that Black Ops feel that we all know and love. In some ways, maybe even more than Cold War and Black Ops 4, it just feels a bit more of like a classic, maybe. Anyways, that's about that, so stay spicy, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.